And I found out about about my girls, man. I immediately went into action, did all the right things, made all the right moves, did what I had to do, did what I was supposed to do. My daughter's mother is absolutely awesome, a great, respectful woman. And I said, I want to announce that I have a daughter. I want y'all to meet Allison. And they brought her on stage. My oldest daughter, like under her eyes was just trembling, and she had her baby, and she jumped up on the stage and she picked her up and grabbed her so quick, like my sister. They were shocked. And then I said, God will give you what? They say double for your trouble. I bought that other identical twin out. They lost it. Allison and Alyssa, biological twin daughters.
So Rickey Smiley, the king of morning laughs and messy family moments, just got hit with some wild news that's shaking up the streets. Some new documents have surfaced claiming he's been hiding not one, but two secret twin daughters. And this man is emotional. He's out here crying like he just found out about it himself. This whole situation with Rickey Smiley is one of those stories that feels like a roller coaster of emotions. So Rickey Smiley, the OG comedian and radio legend we all love, just got hit with some life-changing news. Turns out he's the father of 5-year-old identical twin daughters. And what makes this even wilder is that Rickey didn't just find out recently. He'd actually known these little girls for years without realizing they were his. So how did he find out? Well, Rickey's ex-girlfriend hit him up and basically dropped the bomb through court proceedings. That's when he found out he's the biological father of these twins.
From an ex-girlfriend, she went to court, found out that those identical twin daughters was not her ex-boyfriend. The whole time, they are my biological daughter.
Let me just clear up the moment, y'all. Rickey just announced that he has surprise twins, and he just found out.
Ready for this? Been knowing them their whole life. They've been coming over to Grayson's birthday parties and play dates, playing on the swing set. All of that stuff. Phone calls when they were sick. What should I do? Should I give them this?
You did not feel any sort of connection. You did not see anything that's like, dang, that reminds me of me, or that reminds me of my son or my daughter.
Yeah, I just thought, since I was, older, that I had no idea, because I haven't had no kids since Malik.
Yeah.
When I tell you that's the first time I saw the sun again, during that dark hour, the sun came back out.
Now, what's crazy is these girls have been around him all along. They'd been coming over to play with his 8-year-old grandson, Grayson, like it was nothing. Imagine watching these kids grow up and then suddenly finding out they're your daughters. But here's where the story really hits. Rickey got this news in January 2024, right after going through one of the hardest years of his life. If you remember, his 32-year-old son, Brandon, tragically passed away from a overdose in January 2023. So this wasn't just some random discovery. It came during a time when Rickey was still grieving heavy. He described the moment as the first time he saw the sun come back out after living in such a dark period. Rickey didn't hold back about how this whole situation hit him emotionally. On the twins' 5th birthday, he decided to show up in full dad mode. He went over to their house for the first time as their father. And y'all, he didn't come empty-handed. He brought flowers, balloons, and a cake. Like, this man is out here trying to make up for lost time in the best way he knows how. So now, Rickey's officially a father of 5. He's got his twins, his son Malik, and his daughters Aaron and D'Essence. Plus, he's got his adorable granddaughter Storm, who was Brandon's daughter. His family tree is growing, and you can tell he's ready to embrace it with open arms. One thing about Rickey Smiley is that he takes fatherhood seriously. He himself said that he doesn't run away from fatherhood, and it's clear he's already putting in the effort. He's been prepping for his new role as a twin dad by redecorating a room in his home just for the girls. He's even bringing back some kid-friendly vibes by restoring a sandbox and trampoline in his backyard. It's like he's making sure these twins feel right at home with him. This whole story is beautiful in its own way. Rickey went from one of the darkest times in his life to finding this unexpected blessing. And honestly, it's not just about him discovering he's a dad to these twins. It's about how he's choosing choosing to show up for them. He's taking this curveball life threw at him and turning it into something positive. But it ain't all sunshine and rainbows. There's some drama involved too, as you can expect. So, for almost 5 years, there was another man out here thinking he was the father of these twin girls. Like he was playing daddy, loving these kids and everything. But when the truth came out, this dude was not okay, and he took his feelings straight to IG stories. He let it all out, saying that Rickey and the mum always knew those girls weren't his. In his first post, he said she'd been his side chick since she was 17 years old, and the mama encouraged her to do it. She's 37 today, so you'll do the math. When I found out she manipulated the whole world to defend this and keep their secret. He even calls her first daughter his child too. And then later, he also added, them folks had everybody thinking I wasn't and a deadbeat after I found out their secret. Even my own family went against me because of her lies. The baby mama had something to say about that too. She too went online, and this is what she had to say. To be rightfully honest, my twins' biological dad was the very first person informed that I was pregnant. No one had the joy of raising them as their dad. That was all me for those 4 years. I tried to stay quiet, but don't speak on a situation unless you know the truth or have both sides. There's 3 sides to every story. Choose as you wish. And for the record, DNA confirmed the validity of paternity, and we co-parent wonderfully. Rickey got involved in the whole convo as well, as you'd expect. This is what he had to say about the situation.
Thank y'all for the kind and positive comments. Sometimes people just want to share. I just couldn't, be showing my grandkids and other kids and don't share that blessing with you as well. God is good. God allowed that to happen on the 1-year anniversary of my son's death. God was like, here you go. And they have definitely been a blessing to my life. I call them lifesavers, along with my granddaughter, Denver. But my twins, I actually call them lifesavers. I think they really saved my life. Kept me distracted, gave me something to do, something to look forward to. And it's been nothing but awesome. The co-parenting is top tier. And it's been nothing but fun, nothing but laughs, hugs, kisses. And everybody that left a positive comment, I really want to thank you. Of course, I seen some Section 8 element comments or whatever, people that want to take that blessing and turn it into mess, or just something that they could talk about and blog about, all that stuff. But God moved in mysterious ways, and I just count it all joy. Thank y'all so much. And more videos to come, more pictures to come. It's brought me a lot of joy. I hope it brought some joy to your life. But if we get nothing else out of this message, that God will give you double for your trouble.
Thank you all for the kind. As for the community, things are not so clear as to who has the support. Some people are side-eyeing Rickey, saying, Rickey out here making single mothers in his 50s, lol, come on, Maine. However, some still find it admirable that he's sticking up for his kids as a father, regardless of the context, regardless of what anyone thinks. Bottom line is that those babies are blessed to have a father that is excited for them and sees them as a blessing. As you can tell, this story just keeps getting deeper. Now, there's a few more things that we could add to this story. First of all, we all know Rickey as this funny, family-oriented guy who's been holding it down as a dad for years. He's got his older kids, Malik, Arin, and Descents, and of course, his precious granddaughter, Storm. Losing his son Brandon last year was devastating, and the way he's opened up about his grief has been heartbreaking yet inspiring. But now, with the addition of these twin girls, his family dynamic has shifted in a way no one saw coming. Rickey's always been vocal about how much family means to him. Whether it's cracking jokes on his kids or showing them love on social media, he's all about being present. And now, with these 2 little ones added to the mix, you can see he's stepping into this new chapter with that same energy. But y'all, let's talk about how these twins came into his life, because the drama there is too juicy to ignore. Here's where it gets sticky. Rickey's baby mama had a boyfriend who, for almost 5 years, truly believed he was the father of these girls. girls. This man was out here doing all the dad things, changing diapers, attending birthdays, loving these kids like they were his own. And then, boom, the truth comes out. They weren't his biological children. The boyfriend was heartbroken, and rightfully so. He even aired his feelings on Instagram, calling out Rickey and the mum, saying they both knew the girls weren't his from the start. That's some heavy accusations right there. And if it's true, you can't help but feel for this guy. Imagine investing 5 years of your life into kids, only to find out the truth was kept from you. Now, Rickey's taking all of this in stride, but you can tell this wasn't some simple, hey, you're a dad situation. The fact that these twins were already in his life, hanging out with his grandson Grayson, makes it all even more complicated. He's been around them, interacting with them, not knowing they were his. And honestly, finding that out had to be a lot to process. But here's the thing about Rickey. He's not the type to run from responsibility. As soon as he found out, he stepped up. He's already redecorating rooms and making space in his home for these girls. It's like he's trying to make up for lost time, which is so important because these kids are going to grow up with questions, especially about why it took so long for the truth to come out. With these twins officially part of Rickey's life, it's clear he's focused on creating a new sense of normal for his family. And honestly, it's beautiful to see how he's choosing to move forward, despite all the messy details. He's not letting the past or the drama with the baby mama and her ex define how he approaches being a dad to these little girls. And let's not forget, Rickey's always been about breaking generational cycles. He's spoken openly about his parenting journey and how he wants to create a better life for his kids. Now, with these twins, it's another chance for him to pour love and guidance into the next generation. But let's go back to the ex-boyfriend for a second. It's tough to imagine how he's dealing with all this. To find out the kids you've been raising aren't biologically yours has got to hurt in ways most of us can't even imagine. And the fact that he feels like Rickey and the mom knew from the jump, that just adds another layer to the pain. At the same time, you have to wonder, what's the relationship going to look like moving forward? Will this man stay in the twins' lives as some sort of father figure, or is this the end of the road for him? Because even if the DNA test says otherwise, 5 years is a long time to build a bond with kids. It's not something you just walk away from without leaving a piece of your heart behind. In the end, this story is about more than just Rickey Smiley finding out he has twins. It's about how life can throw curveballs that completely change everything you thought you knew. It's also a reminder that the truth always comes out, no matter how long it takes. Rickey is stepping into this new chapter with open arms, and it's clear he's ready to be the father these girls need. But let's be real, the road ahead won't be easy. There are emotions to navigate, relationships to rebuild, and questions that will need answers. But if there's one thing Rickey's shown us over the years, it's that he's got the heart and the hustle to handle it all. So what do y'all think about this whole situation? Is Rickey doing the right thing, and how would you feel if you were in the ex-boyfriend's shoes? Let us know about it down below.